video, we talk about 5 ways that you can unwind at the end of a productive day so that you get the rest that you need and you are better ready for the next day's work. So let's get into this video and talk about that. Hey fam, how are you doing today? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tobi Achudume. If this is your first time here, you are super welcome. I am so excited to have you here with me. So here on this channel, we talk about topics, tips and tricks that helps us grow fearlessly to the best version of ourselves. So if you're interested in that, please click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified when we have new videos up. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming again. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as you enjoyed the other ones. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you as well for coming again. Please subscribe so you join this happy space. So today on this channel, we are going to be talking about how to unwind after a productive day, how to decompress, de-stress, relax, and be in comfort at the end of a productive day. So let's get into this topic and see the points that we have to share. So at the end of a productive day, at the end of a work day, either you're coming from office, you're coming from work, you're coming from your business, you're coming from your personal organization or something, basically at the end of any productive day or any day at all that you have spent working, you want to come back home and feel like you can actually rest, you can actually have dinner, go to bed and go to sleep immediately. And this works for some people. Some people are able to literally go to bed and say they want to sleep and sleep immediately. For others, like myself, it's not as easy as that. So we don't just go to bed and say, yes, I want to sleep, and then sleep happens. No. But whichever category you are in, either you go to bed and fall asleep immediately, or when you go to bed, you need a few minutes to fall asleep. It is always important and helpful to know that when you're going to bed, you have distressed, in the sense that you have dropped everything that has to do with work, everything that has to do with busyness, and when you go to bed, you're actually relaxed and ready to have a good night rest. So there are lots of things that you can do to get to this point to actually feel like you are calm enough to go to bed, because like it or not, at the end of a day, at the end of any day, there are still some ideas, there are still some things that dances around in our minds that we're trying to stop thinking on, because you either want to do them, you have different things in your mind that you're still rushing through, and then when you go to bed, these ideas or these thoughts, these processes, emotions and all of that are still there, and they keep you awake, or when you're even sleeping, you're still thinking of them. An example of this is, as a student, you want to rest or you want to go to bed and you're thinking of the assignments that you have to submit by tomorrow, or you have just come back from work and you know that there is a project that you have to face or submit the next day when you get back to work, and then you're thinking on it before you go to bed. It happens like that. And so I'm going to share with you a few things that you can do that would help you to relax when you're going to bed at the end of a productive day. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is journaling. That's the first point I'm going to give. Journaling works, and I know that because it works for me and I love to journal. Journaling is like you're having a conversation but not with an actual person. So the day is packed with so many events. You have activities, you have tasks, conversations, ideas, thoughts that would come to your mind that has happened during the day. And sometimes when you are ready to go to bed, these events, happenstances, situations, scenarios, activities, they are still happening in your mind, because whether you're ready to go to bed, that's your body, your mind may not be ready to go to bed, and so your mind is still processing and working on all of those things. What journaling does is that it gives you a chance to pour out all of the things that are still going on in your mind. I'm not going to say that it's going to work like magic and immediately you finish journaling, you're going to go to bed. But it helps you to take off all of those things that are still happening in your mind and put it out by writing it on your journal or typing it in your journal, whichever one works for you. So for example, a few words that you could have given back or said back to somebody that you were having a conversation with earlier in the day could come back to you while you're in bed, and you're thinking like that could have been a very good response or reply to have given the person, but you can't give the reply now, so it's just in your mind and you're replaying that conversation again. Or you got upset at work because of a meeting that did not go the way you wanted it to go, or you were queried for something, or you queried somebody for something, different things. And so you're replaying all of those because you did not end it the way you wanted to end it in your mind. And now is when you're getting those replies. I know that happens to me, so I'm not going to pretend like it does not happen to other people. And so because of these activities and these things would still happen in your mind because you're now getting responses, you're getting emotions, feelings of what you should have expressed that you were not able to express. A perfect way to express these emotions or these ideas, these responses, to give the responses back is to journal them. So write them down on your journal because it means that you're taking it out of your mind and you're putting it on paper. So while you may not be having the conversation physically with an actual person, or you may not be ready to talk about the rest of the conversation that you have now had in your mind, then you should be able to put it on your journal because that way you're taking it out of your mind and you're putting it away from you. So you can now say that you don't have to think on it again because you're taking it out of your mind. So journaling gives you a feel of having a conversation, and so you don't have to think on it again. You can go to bed without thinking on it. So the second thing I'm going to share is that you should clean up at the end of the day. So clean up after the day's work. There is something about cleanliness, and I'm not going to say cleanliness is next to godliness because you know that at this point, but there is something about you cleaning at the end of the day. You wake up the next day knowing that you don't have to clean anything. So you go to bed knowing that everything is in the right place and you are in a clean environment. So there is something about you having your bath before you go to bed. You feel clean, you feel like yes, you can sleep properly. There is also something about cleaning up after you've eaten in the kitchen. So you've cleaned up what you used to cook and you've cleaned up the sink and all of that. You know that the kitchen is clean. So you're not doing any calculation or thinking of the fact that there are things that are not properly organized or things that are not in the right place. When you clean up at the end of the day, you know that one, you're sleeping in a clean environment and you're waking up with less things to do before you go to work. So cleaning up at the end of the day also tells you that you are done for the day and you can actually go to bed knowing that everything is done. When you clean up, you switch off the lights. So when you come out, when you're done in the bathroom, you typically will switch off the lights in the bathroom because you're not going there again. When you're done in the kitchen and it's clean and all of that, you switch it off as well. So it tells you that you are done in that particular space and then you can now go to bed. So cleaning up at the end of the day sends the signal that you are done for the day and now you can rest, knowing that there is nothing left for you to do. So point number 3, go for a walk or a run. The first reason I'm going to say you should do this is that it's a great form of exercise. So some people are not able to do or catch some exercise at the start of the day. Another option is for you to do it at the end of the day. So when you do this, exercise basically on its own helps your body to be in better shape. And when your body is in a better shape, you're able to sleep better, you're able to rest better, you're able to do things better. So when you go for a run or you go for a walk, it's a form of getting So when you go for a walk or you go for a run, you are getting some form of exercise which would help you to be in better shape. And when I do exercise or when I go for exercise, a run or a walk, I actually sleep better. It helps in that way. So it is a great form of exercise. It also helps you to be in better shape. And then also on that, scientists have actually proved and shown that going for walks or going for runs helps with anxiety. So it helps you to calm down. It helps you to reduces the anxiety that you're feeling, especially at the end of the day. So when you go for a walk or when you go for a run, it helps you to be calm, to distress. It helps you to also think properly and process all of the things that you need to process. Kind of like how journaling works, except that you're not writing, but you're walking and then you're just processing your thoughts and letting them go as you're going on the walk. And then by the side, going for walks or run is a great way to get in a podcast every day. See? It works either ways. Number 4, catch up with friends and family. This is usually my favorite part of the day, at the end of the day when I'm catching up with friends and family, because it is again another way to distress and just catch up on all of the things that has happened in the day. So while you're sharing what you did, the activities, what you ate, if you talk about that, all of the things that has happened in the day, it's also a way to distress because you are just talking and laughing in a not very serious environment. So you're distressing by having some form of conversation with people that you love and people that you care for, and they do the same for you as well. So catch up with friends and family at the end of the day. It helps your emotional strength as well, your emotional and mental stability. It helps it because it tells you that you still have people around you that care for you. So even if your day did not go as well as you wanted it to go, you're able to talk to people that are able to infuse some form of excitement energy and fun before the end of the day, so you feel part of a family or a community that cares for you and that you care for. And then number 5, read. So a few chapters at the end of the day is a great way to even start to fall asleep. If you struggle with falling asleep immediately you go to bed, but getting in a few chapters of the day begins to tell your body that it is time to sleep, because reading helps you. Reading is one of the things that you cannot multitask with, which does not have to be an important task. So while we know that you cannot multitask with trying to finish up 2 tasks at work, you cannot multitask with reading because you're focusing on what you're reading. You can't be reading and be watching a movie at the same time, or you cannot be reading and be working on a project at the same time. It's one of the tasks that helps you to stay focused. So you're focused on reading, and when you start to focus or narrow your focus down on one thing, your body starts to shut down for rest. So a few chapters or a few books or pages, a few pages, not few books, a few pages at the end of the day helps you to decompress, distress, and get ready for bed. So, of course, there are other points or other things that you can do that would help you to unwind at the end of the day. One of the things that I do as well is I take a cup of tea, chamomile tea, or I take a cup of hot chocolate, because for me, it helps me to distress. It helps me to also relax and calms me down when I take that before I go to bed. So different things works for different people. But if you struggle with unwinding at the end of a day and you feel like your mind is still working, then you can try any of these things and see if it works for you. So let me know in the comment section if you have any other thing that you do at the end of a productive day that helps you to unwind and get ready for bed and sleep faster when you go to bed. Please let me know in the comment section, because we want to see all of the tips and tricks that you use to go to bed in time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed sharing with you. Do not forget to share, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Till next time, bye.